Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Schirkenbach is back here with another video for you guys. And guys, it is Saturday, and I am going to be giving you my game picks for Week 2 of the 2021 NFL season. So let's jump right on into it. Coming up with the first game, we have the 0-1 Patriots at the 0-1 Jets. Patriots coming off a tough loss to Miami last week was a good game. Some positives for them, some negatives. Mac Jones, though, one of the positives, the rookie, played well. Stayed away from the interceptions, threw for 200-something yards, threw a touchdown. He wasn't bad at all. He was actually pretty good. Defense was okay. The biggest I guess cost for them was the fumble by Damian Harris. And then for the Jets, they lost to the Panthers. It was pretty close. Zach Wilson did not play poorly, so this is actually a big rookie matchup. So I'm looking forward. That's something to look forward to. The battle of rookies: Zach Wilson against Mac Jones. I think the Patriots will win this one pretty easily. The Jets put up a decent fight against the Panthers, but the Panthers aren't even that good, and the Jets just, I don't think, are good at all. They have no defense anymore. Used to be good, not remotely as good anymore. So I'm going to go with the Patriots here, guys, 34-17. Next game, guys, we have the 1-0 Broncos at the 0-1 Jaguars. Broncos coming off a win against the Giants last week. I think the Giants scored the first touchdown, but then the Broncos just dominated after that. Jaguars smoked by the Texans. I mean, the Texans are trash, and the Jaguars got smoked by them. The Jaguars are in rebuild mode, I guess. They're on an island right now. They're horrendous. I mean, yes, they got Trevor Lawrence, but besides that, they really have no one. And Lawrence did not play great either. He had a big game through the air in terms of the yards and the touchdowns, but he threw 3 picks, I think, so that's not good. Broncos, telling you, man, don't sleep on the Broncos. They are going to be good this year. But then again, health is a big issue, and Jerry Jeudy just got hurt again. I think he got hurt last year, and he got hurt again. I think it was, that's just a phone notification. I'm pretty sure Jeudy had an ankle sprain or something. It was not as serious as it looked. If you look at the footage of the injury to Jeudy last week, it looked bad. Apparently, it was not that bad. It was just like an ankle thing, and he'll be out for a couple weeks. But as far as I know, he's out for this game. Cortland Sutton's back, though, so that helps. Broncos, that defense is really good when healthy, even elite. Bridgewater, definitely a liability, but he still can get the job done. The Jaguars are trash. I think the Broncos will win this one, 31-20. Next game, guys, we have the 0-1 Bills at the 1-0 Dolphins. Bills, kind of playing like garbage against the Steelers last week, especially on offense. Allen could not get anything going. Dolphins, close, tough win against the Patriots last week. This should be a good game. The Dolphins always play the Bills tough, I feel like. I think this is going to be an interesting game. I think the Bills are going to get a bounce-back win here. I think they're going to be really ticked off after losing to the Steelers at home last week. Going on the road, Allen seems to do well on the road for whatever reason. I mean, he does well in both, but I feel like he's been especially good on the road. It is in Miami, as I just mentioned, but I still think the Bills are the better all-around team. I still think the Bills have a pretty good defense. I don't think the Dolphins' offense is that good, to be honest with you. It improved in the offseason. I still don't think it's great. So I'm going to go with the Bills here, guys. I think it'll be close, but I'm going to go with the Bills 24-21. Next game, guys, we have the 1-0 49ers at the 1-0 Eagles. 49ers coming off a win against the Lions last week. Got off to a huge lead, almost choked, but hung on and won. Eagles dominating the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons, they're trash, but a win is a win. I still don't think the Eagles are going to be good. They have injuries. They don't really have great receivers. I mean, again, DeVonta Smith could be good. Jalen Reagor's okay. Ertz, I don't even know what he's doing. Their line is just not really good anymore, and their defense has pieces, but it's getting old. Niners, on the other hand, good when healthy. I mean, as far as I know, I think Garoppolo is still the starter. Maybe Trey Lance took over, but yeah, I'm not sure who's going to be the starter going into this game. However, Raheem Mostert is out for the year. He had an injury that was serious but not season-ending, but then he decided it's better for him to get season-ending surgery because if he came back from the injury, he would not be 100%. So he's going to have season-ending surgery, and he is out for the year. But then again, the Niners running back, I mean, of course, no longer have Matt Breida. I still think they have Tevin Coleman. Maybe I'm missing something, but the Niners have a great running game. I don't think losing one running back is going to hurt that much. So again, whether it's Garoppolo or Lance, receivers, I mean, you got Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. So their offense is pretty good when healthy. And of course, George Kittle, but he too is having some injury issues. And then defensively, again, when healthy, they're very good. Nick Bosa's back, Eric Armstead, Fred Warner. So I think the Niners are going to get this win. I think they're the better all-around team. I'm going to go with San Francisco here, guys. 27-17. Next game, guys, we have the 1-0 Rams at the 0-1 Colts. Colts kind of played like garbage against the Seahawks last week. Week 1 Seahawks are a different breed, man. They are just so good week 1, especially Russell Wilson. Anyways, 1-0 Rams. Played well, especially on offense against the Bears last week on Sunday Night Football. Stafford had quite a debut, played very, very well. I still think the Rams are really overrated, but I also think the Colts are kind of overrated. I don't think they're that good. I think Wentz is okay, but he's not great. And I think the Rams, again, the better all-around team. Yes, their defense got way worse, but I'm not high on the Colts offense, so I think it'll be enough. And the Colts have a pretty good defense, but I think the Rams offense, I mean, with Stafford, I think it could be pretty lethal. And it showed that last week against the Bears. It is in Indianapolis, but I think the Rams will get this win. Let's go LA 24-13. Next game, guys. This is the game that I'm going to mostly focus on watching. The 1-0 Raiders at the 1-0 Steelers. This is going to be a really fun game. So, of course, I don't want to talk about this one too much. Raiders comeback win against the Ravens last week. Great game. Probably the game of the week. They had day 2, had some high highs and low lows. Offense was up and down. Defense up and down as well. And then when it comes to the Steelers, they played well. I mean, their offense got off to a very slow start, but it got it going in the second half, and then their defense was just locked down pretty much the whole game. I think the Steelers are going to get this win kind of easily. I kind of feel like either the Raiders are going to dominate or the Steelers are going to dominate. I don't see this being like a really close game. Why? I have absolutely no idea. I'm just randomly speculating. But the Raiders could get this win. I could see it. But I think the Steelers are going to win it pretty easily. Back at Heinz Field with the fans in attendance, that was really going to help them too. Raiders depleted offensive line. They held up against the Ravens, but the Ravens have a terrible pass rush. Meanwhile, the Steelers have like the best pass rush in the league. I think that's going to be a serious problem for Derek Carr. I don't think he'll be able to stay clean. I think the Steelers will be harassing him the whole game. So it's just going to be a matter of maybe Darren Waller can get it going, but it's going to be tough. So, Steelers offensively, again, didn't look great last week, but they did step it up a bit in the second half. Najee Harris did not do much in his debut. But, the Raiders, you can't overlook their defense. It used to be trash, and it still isn't good, I don't think. But it did get better. They got KJ Wright. Max Crosby is back from an injury. They got Yannick Ngakoue in free agency. Okay. Dad? Cash. I don't know. Quiet. In free agency, guys, sorry, we're back. Just had a little interruption. So, got Yannick Ngakoue in free agency, so that helps, and he played really well Monday night against the Ravens. So the Raiders' defensive line actually isn't bad. Max Crosby, Carl Nassib, Yannick Ngakoue, and of course, KJ Wright as a linebacker is pretty good. He's aging a bit. But it's going to be interesting, because the Steelers' offense, I still don't think it's great. It's okay. It's not great. So this is going to be kind of a chess match, I think. I think the Steelers are going to get this win. I think the Raiders will keep it close in the first half, and then the Steelers will run away with it in the second half. I'm going to go with the Steelers here, guys, 30-17. Next game, guys, we have the 1-0 Bengals at the 0-1 Bears. So, Bengals, pretty big win against the Vikings last week in overtime. That was a really fun game. Bears 0-1, coming off kind of a domination from the Rams last week on Sunday Night Football. I still don't think the Bengals are good. Don't overhype them. Week 1 Bengals are good for some reason. If you guys don't remember, I think this was 2019. It was week 1, and the Bengals went into Seattle and almost beat the Seahawks. They were, like, really good that game, and then after that, they were a total train wreck. So, Bengals, don't get it twisted. They're not good. They're okay, but they're definitely not going to be a playoff contender or anything like that. Then again, the Bears are not very good either. They have a good defense, but it got a bit worse. They lost Kyle Fuller. And Andy Dalton is still the starter. Why, I have no idea. He's so bad. I don't understand. Yes, you don't want to put too much faith in a rookie, but do they have better options at this point? Dalton is not the answer. So yeah, just as far as I know, Dalton is still the starter, facing his former team in the Bengals. Fields is still the second string, or the backup. So, it's in Chicago. I think the Bears will get this win. I don't think it'll be a very entertaining game, but I'm going to go with the Bears here, guys, 24-17. Next game, guys, we have the 1-0 Texans at the 0-1 Browns. So, Texans kind of dominating the Jaguars, who are absolute garbage last week. And then the Browns, man, what an absolute show that game was against the Chiefs. That was by far my favorite game to watch besides the Ravens. That was such a great game. And the Browns, again, a lot of highs. I mean, their offense looks great. Offensive line did not take any step down. They are just absolutely amazing. And their defense was not good at all. It was the Chiefs, but their defense kind of choked. But I think the Browns will get this win pretty easily. I think they're going to be ticked off that they couldn't hang on and win. I mean, they were leading the entire game against the Chiefs and still could not pull it out in the end. So they're going to be pissed off. They're ready to get this win. And I think it'll be pretty easy. The Texans, yes, they beat the Jaguars. And yes, Tyrod Taylor looks pretty good. But they're playing a good team now that's hungry for a win. Browns defense, it wasn't good last week. But I do think it'll have a bounce-back game against a not remotely as good offense. The Texans might have the worst defense in the league. I'm going to go with the Browns here, guys. I can't see this being that close. I'm going to go with Cleveland 41-17. Next game, guys, we have the 1-0 Saints at the 1-0 Panthers. Saints, hello, coming out of nowhere and destroying the Packers last week. That was an impressive performance. Jameis Winston played very, very well. Kamara popped off, so no Michael Thomas. Doesn't matter. I guess they have backups. So, Panthers, coming off a win against the, Jets last week at home. Didn't play great, played okay. McCaffrey, though, welcome back. He played well. Don't forget Christian McCaffrey. Yes, he's coming off a major injury, but he's still got it, and he's still really, really good. And then the Panthers. So Sam Darnold, of course, the starting quarterback. Definitely a weakness. Offensive line isn't very good. The receivers aren't bad, though. I mean, they got DJ Moore, who's pretty good. Robbie Anderson is a solid number 2, number 3. And then defensively, Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin, Derek Brown. They have pieces on that defense. I still think the Saints will win this game. I was kind of picking the Saints to be garbage this year. I might have to rethink that a little bit. I'm going to go with the Saints, guys, winning this one. On the road, the Saints are never great, but then again, that was more of a Drew Brees thing, I think. He really struggled on the road. They don't have Drew Brees anymore. We'll see how Winston does. I'm going to go with the Saints here, guys. 31-24. I think it'll be a good game, though. Next game, guys, we have the 0-1 Vikings at the 1-0 Cardinals. Vikings coming off a tough loss to the Bengals last week, as I mentioned earlier. And then the Cardinals absolutely dominating the Titans last week, man. Chandler Jones is coming off a torn biceps, I think it was. Doesn't matter. He still has it. He might be, 35 years old now? Does not matter. He had 5 sacks, I think it was. 5 against the Titans. Himself. Not the Cardinals defense. Hit Chris Jones himself. Sacked Tannehill 5 times. That is something else. So, the Cardinals actually kind of have a dope pass rush with J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones. Yes, it's only 2 guys, but that's still pretty lethal. Watt, he might be old, he might be washed up. He's still at least a problem in some cases, and he's still someone you have to game plan for. And of course, Chandler Jones, again, he's old. I still think he's one of the best edge rushers in the league. That guy can get after the quarterback. So this is in Arizona. Kyler Murray played very well last week, but it was against the Titans' defense. Their defense is absolutely atrocious. And then Vikings, their defense is good, but it can't stay healthy. Michael Pierce has injury issues. Michael Kendricks. Injuries are a big problem. And then Danielle Hunter, too. I don't know what his status is, but he, too, has had injury issues in the past. In Arizona, I think the Cardinals, they're a big early season team. I think Arizona will pull this one out. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here, guys. I think they'll score a fair amount of points, 34 to 27. I think the Vikings will have a great day offensively, though. Next game, guys, we have the 0-1 Falcons at the 1-0 Bucks. Falcons coming up a walloping to the Eagles. They're in rebuild mode now. Traded away Julio Jones. Calvin Ridley's pretty good, but they have absolutely no defense. Yeah, the Falcons are trash. Bucks, the kickoff win against Dallas, but hey, Dallas played them hard. I'm pretty impressed at how well Dallas played. That was a close game, fun to watch. So Tampa Bay, defensively, they did not play very well. The Cowboys kind of destroyed them. Offensively, they were excellent. Then again, it was the Cowboys' defense. But offense does not look like it's lost a step. And again, they retained literally everyone. But anyways, it's in Tampa Bay. I can't see. Yes, the Falcons are a weird team. Yes, they can randomly play lockdown against good teams. They did it to the Saints. They did it to the Chiefs. So, yes, it's not unheard of. But, in fact, it's kind of common for them, but I can't see them doing it now. They simply don't have it. It's in Tampa Bay. I think the Bucs will win this one 34 to 10. I don't think it's going to be close. Next game, guys, we have the 0-1 Titans at the 1-0 Seahawks. So, Titans coming up a walloping to the Cardinals last week at home. They got embarrassed. Seahawks going into Indianapolis and dominating the Colts. That was an impressive performance. Telling you guys, I've been saying it for so long, the Titans are so overrated. I don't care that they got Julio Jones, who of which, by the way, was not good last week and got fined for an unnecessary roughness call. I didn't see the play, but I saw a tweet earlier today that he got fined for it. So Julio Jones did not off to a great start with the Titans. However, I do think the Titans offense will have a renaissance day. The Seahawks defense simply is not good. So I think this will be a high score. I expect this to be a shootout. I think Russell Wilson will pop off. I think Tannehill and Henry will pop off. Plus, of course, Brown and Jones. In Seattle, though, I think Seattle, I'm going to get the extra Seattle here. They are, again, very good early in the season, especially at home. I'm going to go with Seattle pulling this one out, guys. 31 to 28. I think it'll be a fun, high-scoring game. Next game, guys, we have the 0-1 Cowboys at the 1-0 Chargers. So, Cowboys, again, played the Bucs pretty hard. I was impressed at how big of a fight they gave it for kickoff last Thursday. Chargers coming off a win against the football team. Low scoring. Offensively didn't play great. Defensively played decently well. This is going to be interesting. If the Cowboys had a remotely good defense, I would take Dallas, but the problem is they don't. Their defense is so bad. As overrated as I think Herbert is, he's still good. And again, the Cowboys defense is just such a train wreck. I think the Cowboys offense will have another good game. I mean, they dominated an elite defense last week. Now they should be able to do well against a very mediocre defense this week. It's in LA, and the Chargers are much better at home than on the road. But I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I think this will be a close game, but I would take Justin Herbert to win this game just because it's a bad defense he's facing. I think he's gonna get this one. I'm gonna go with the Chargers here, guys. 30 to 23. Next game, guys. Oh boy, Sunday Night Football, the showdown at the bank. 1-0 Chiefs at the 0-1 Ravens. So, Chiefs coming off a close, fun win against the Browns last week. That was such a good game. Ravens choking, coming off a tough loss to the Raiders last week, and this has not been a great week for them. A, they can't really understand how they lost that game, but B, Ronnie Stanley. So he didn't re-injure himself necessarily, but it sounds like, and I'm not trying to give him a pass, he really did not play well Monday, and Ngakoue kind of destroyed him. And I'm trying to give him a pass, right? It's his first real game coming back from that huge ankle injury he had last year. So apparently, he's getting second opinions from, I guess, doctors on his ankle, and apparently he's getting some advice to, have another surgery or some other treatment for it. So I guess maybe the reason why he didn't play well, or at least one of them, was he wasn't exactly healthy, he wasn't feeling great. So he's out for this game, but it's weird with him because they're not putting him on IR as far as I know, and they're not listing him as out for several weeks or on the season ending he's done. And he was questionable for this game for a long time, but I've heard a couple hints. I've saw some tweets from some Ravens reporters. It sounds like he is not playing tomorrow. But the question is he just not going to play tomorrow and let himself get healthier? Or is he going to get, like, I don't know if it's another surgery necessarily, but I'll call it a treatment for now. Is he going to get another treatment? Because if he does, that's going to knock him out for a long time, possibly even the year, just to help him get fully healthy. So that does not help the Ravens' poor offensive line play. And yeah, I'm really worried about the Ravens' offensive line here. Villanueva is going to play left tackle now. McCary is going to be the starting right tackle, apparently. And then you got Powers at left guard, Bozeman at center, Zeitler at right guard. Center and right guard, I'm fine with. I don't like Powers starting at left guard. I simply do not think he's good. He can run block decently well. He cannot pass block to save his life. I would give Ben Cleveland a chance, man. He fits so well in the scheme. Give him a chance. Phillips is hurt, at least out for a while, so I would give Cleveland a chance. I think if Powers does not play well tomorrow night, they're going to go right to Cleveland, or at least give him a shot. So, the Ravens, I still think they're getting overhated. It's not like they got killed. Yes, they choked, but it's not like they got killed. They showed some positive signs. The passing attack was good. Jackson threw for 200-something yards, a touchdown. He threw for two. No, just one touchdown, I think it was. He didn't throw a pick. And the passing, Watkins had almost 100 yards. Brown had like 70-something yards and a touchdown. Offensively, in the passing department, we looked pretty good. But the horrendous offensive line play, especially in pass blocking, kind of held us back. So I'm worried about the Chiefs. Chris Jones, who is going to block Chris Jones? He's also rushing from the edge now. He's playing more defensive end this year. So I guess he's going to go up against McCary because Villanueva is playing left tackle now. McCary is going to hold up Chris Jones. I wouldn't be so sure. I'm sure he'll go up against Villanueva for some of the time. Villanueva playing Chris Jones, I don't like that. McCary playing Chris Jones, I don't like that. So I am really worried about Chris Jones. I think he could really wreak havoc. The offensive line is a serious issue. I still could see this game being close, man. The Ravens, so much adversity early on, all the injuries and everything, the loss to the Raiders last week, they are motivated, man, especially to beat the Chiefs. They have gone 0-3 against the Chiefs back-to-back years. The first game, they should have won, and they know it. It's like a game where they feel like they need to beat the Chiefs. They need to beat them at some point. I don't think it's going to happen here, though. I don't. I just think the Ravens are too depleted with the injuries. I don't think our defense, when healthy, maybe it has a slim chance, but it's not healthy. So I simply do not think we're going to be able to keep up with Patrick Mahomes in that offense. I simply do not. Chiefs' offensive line has improved a lot, too. It's not remotely as easy to get pressure. And once again, guys, our pass rush was so bad last week. Now we're playing a much better offensive line. I think our defense is really going to have a rough day. We simply do not have a good enough pass rush to slow them down. We have to play Tyreek Hill. He was out last year, and they still killed us. Now we got to play Now we got to play them with Tyreek Hill. And Jimmy Smith is having health issues. I don't know if he's playing, but the poor guy just cannot stay healthy. Chris Westry is on IR because the Ravens are literally cursed this year. So we have Humphrey as the number one guy, and then I guess the number two is Averett or Young, and then it's just a matter of if Jimmy Smith can play, because of course Peters is out for the year. Tough, man. Adversity at its finest. I want us to face adversity. I didn't want us to face this. This is a little over the top, to say the least. I think this is going to be close. I don't see the Chiefs blowing us out. I think the Ravens offense could actually shine, but I think the defense is really going to struggle. I'm going to go with the Chiefs here, guys, edging them out. Let's go with the Chiefs. Let's go with the Chiefs 35-30. 35-30 Chiefs. I think the Ravens will put up a fight, and it'll be a fun game, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs winning this one, 35-30. Okay, guys, our last game. This is Monday Night Football. We have the 0-1 Lions at the 0-1 Packers. Lions, fell short. They made a pretty good comeback last week against the Niners, fell short. And then Packers, I don't know what happened. They played like absolute garbage against the Saints last week. Looked horrendous on offense, horrendous on defense. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. But I think this is the perfect matchup for them to get a bounce-back win. The Lions' offense, they lost a lot of guys. Maybe it's not terrible, but their defense is just such a train wreck. It is so bad. I can't name one good player on their defense. Who do they have? Jeff Okudah kind of busted last year. I don't even know if he's healthy. Who do they have on defense? It is so bad. So I think, again, it's also at Lambeau. Rodgers is clearly significantly better at home than on the road. So yeah, I think the Packers will win this game pretty easily. I think it's a perfect setup for a bounce back win. I could see the Lions putting up a decent amount of points because the Packers defense has been flaky and they're having injury issues. Zadarius Smith, he played limited snaps last week. He's battling some injuries. And their secondary, besides Jair Alexander, has issues, man. They're lacking the number 2 corner, but Kevin King clearly is not the answer. And of course, Eric Stokes could be good, but he's a rookie. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And then, of course, Lions, Jared Goff is the quarterback now. Then you got DeAndre Swift. So we'll see how that goes. But it's in Green Bay. I can't see the Lions winning this game. The Lions do have a habit of giving the Packers kind of a hard time, I will say. But I can't see them going into Green Bay winning this game. I'm going to go with the Packers here, guys. 31 to, let's go Packers 31-17. I think it'll be close for a period, but the Packers will run away with it and win it pretty easily. 31-17 Green Bay. And guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe on the channel if you are new, and I am out. Peace out, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Go Ravens, man. I will see you hopefully Monday with my recap on the game. I'm not totally sure. It depends on my school schedule. I will see you guys sometime next week with the recap on the Ravens game. Enjoy the games and bring on week 2.